Hey, this is Web Junior 1977 here, back in the Oasis once again, of course. Got a little pre-Independence Day celebration, I guess. I don't know. Got some fireworks going off in the background. You're probably gonna be able to hear those pretty shortly, without too much problem. Well, let's see if we can get some people in here and see where we can take this stream. Try to go, I don't know, hour and a half maybe, something like that at least. Hoping on, 2 hours maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how it works, how it goes. Let's see. Not sure if we'll get too many people in here, but one thing I am for sure is there's going to be a Coca-Cola involved, as always. Got the Metallica shirt on. Been a while since I wore this shirt. There we go. But yeah, see if we can get some people in here. I guess I should probably advertise it on YouTube. Maybe that'll help. Or not on YouTube, you know what I mean? On Facebook, like I normally do. All right. So yeah. Oh. Hey, how's it going, Ward? Appreciate you stopping in. Oh. Appreciate you stopping in. I've shrunk, huh? Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? Looks like my shirt shrunk for sure. Happy almost Independence Day. Guess you could say Happy Independence Day. I mean, it's going to be Independence Day in a few hours anyway, right? I mean, technically, so close enough. Frogs are out there cheering us on. Then when the fireworks go off, then they shut up for a while. It's funny. They're like, shit, what was that? We better shut up and might get eaten. Then after the fireworks die down a little bit, then they start chirping again. I think it's frogs. Might be toads. I don't know. It's funny because I always hear what to me sounds like frogs out there. But most of the time I see them, they're toads. Like, do toads sound the same as frogs? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's the same basic thing, right? I mean, yeah, possibly, yeah. Actually, I picked the camera angle so you could see like more of the background, more of the stuff instead of the old dingy, dirty floor that needs swept and mopped, probably. But yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot of hype to it, and yeah, basically, yeah. So I don't know whether they're frogs or whether they're toads, but the one I saw out there, it was weird because there was like a... You've never been here, Warg, have you? I don't think you have. I know you've never been in the game room, I don't think. But right beside the game room, there's the old part of a garage. Like it was not really a garage, it's just a shed. And my father-in-law built a garage onto it, but there's a little tiny spot that has the Trans Am in it. And there's like horizontal boards, a couple horizontal boards on the side of it, and there was a toad. There was a toad that was sitting up on the edge or laying up on the edge sleeping. It was funny as heck looking, because I was like, "What is that?" And I almost grabbed it, and I'm like, "Oh, it's a freaking toad. I'm gonna leave him alone, you know. I'm not gonna bother him, you know." But I didn't know exactly what it was at first because it kind of blended in a little bit. It didn't necessarily blend in with the shed because the shed's like a dark colored wood, but I didn't know what it was. If it was like moss growing on it or what the heck it was. But I looked at it a little closer and oh, that's a freaking toad. It looked like a toad anyway to me. But like you said, frogs and toads are close cousins, so you know how that goes. So they look a lot alike. But see if we can't get some people in here, and got this 60-pound double-sided tape, Warg, if you need any. It was like $8 or $9 for this freaking roll. I'm like, eh. And I only used 2 pieces about like that so far. That's all I needed it for. But there wasn't any smaller rolls, so I figured, what the hell, I'll just buy it, and we might need it for something. I mean, but yeah, 60-pound tape. Now, like I said in my last video, now would I stick something that was 60 pounds to the wall and stand under it with the tape? Nah. Not a chance. But it's pretty strong tape. Let's just put it that way. There was actually a couple packs I bought from Dollar General because they were on sale for like $2 or something. And there was like 4 strips, I'd say probably 3 inches long. There's 4 strips in each one, like 3 inches long. And it said extreme or something like that. And it was only 3-pound tape. Like, really? No, this is extreme. 60-pound tape. That's extreme, not 3-pound tape. Come on now. I don't know if you have this stuff, Warg. You probably do, since you're a tech guy like I am, and mess with electronics and stuff. Or at least have heard of it. This stuff is great. I love this stuff. It's a little pricey. It's like 12 or 14 bucks for this 8-ounce can. But I've had it for a while, and haven't used it all up yet. I actually had this stick drift on this joystick right here, and I popped I popped this plastic piece off and sprayed in there, and it helped it a little bit, but it didn't help it enough, so I had to tear, anybody that knows the PS5 controllers, the screws are 2 screws in the backs here. You have to pop it off, and I just spread it open enough to spray in there to get it a little bit better, and I'm pretty sure I fixed the stick drift now. Knock on wood, even though I don't know if that's superstitious. I'm not superstitious, but I use alien tape to reseal my proton pack cyclotron. Okay, yeah. That stuff's pretty good too, yeah. I'm sure this stuff would work too. I thought about doing something like that, Warg, just because I like those stickers on the outside as far as how well they diffuse the light, but I don't necessarily like the looks of the red, you know what I mean? Like, I like the looking like glass, you know what I mean, lens looking from the outside better than I do the red. So, I don't know. I might keep it the way it is. I might do what you did. Not saying you did it the wrong way. Obviously you didn't. But I don't know if I want to go that route. But is the tape holding pretty well though on there? Let's see. I'm gonna shut off some stuff here. Like, I'm assuming that the tape's holding pretty well. Otherwise, you probably would have said, "Hey, don't try this because the tape's not holding very well." But I've seen the alien tape, but I've never actually tried it. So I'm sure it's probably basically the same stuff as this. I mean, this is Gorilla tape. Not Gorilla. Alien tape is strong, but okay, yeah. I don't know if you saw my latest picture of my pack. I don't know if you saw my my latest picture of my pack, but I took the I might put something back on because I can actually buy. I found out I can actually buy circle reflective tape with the caution stripes. So I might do that and put it back on. Probably not though. Probably gonna leave it like it is. But I took that rubber piece off that I painted silver, and I actually put a bolt in there, a yellow, like a gold bolt, but I can't remember what they call it, yellow, whatever it is, the coating on it. I put one of those in, and I did order. I'm sure you already heard this, but I did order some of those clamps. If you want another one for something, let me know. I'll be glad to give you one. My wife was going to order a 24 pack. I was like, I don't need 24 of them. But I couldn't find just one. For some stupid reason, I couldn't find just one clamp on eBay or on Amazon. I couldn't find just one clamp. The least I found was 12. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to get 12 and I can hand them out to people. I'm sure couple people in my fellow Retro Gaming Ghostbusters would need one, and even outside the Retro Gaming Ghostbusters, if the Tri-State Division needs one, or somebody in the Ghostbuster community needs one and can't find one for some reason, I can ship it to them. Wouldn't cost much. So I figured I'd use them somewhere. I'd find someone that could use them. You know what I mean? So I'm only going to use one. I might keep one as a backup just in case something happens. But two at the most, you know what I mean? So, you can hear them again out there. Fireworks stopped for a little longer, for a little bit again. So now they're at it again. Oh, now you can hear the fireworks starting up out there. Down, they usually set them off down there close to the park. There's people that live down right by the park down there, and the civils, they always, which is kind of funny because I don't know if they're related to Aaron or not, but their last name's Seville, spelled the same way. But they normally set off fireworks down there, sometimes down at the park itself. I found some, small quantities at either Lowe's or Home Depot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured probably one of those places would have it, but I didn't have I was just gonna go there and get some, but then I was like, I didn't really have any other reason to go out, so I was like, I'll just order it online. I'm not in that big of a rush for it, you know what I mean? So I'm patient enough to wait for it. Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully they say something for actual 4th of July, you know what I'm saying? We went yesterday evening to watch fireworks. It was a good fireworks display. Kids enjoyed themselves. Every year I go to that thing, makes me mad every time I go. And not because of the actual fireworks display or where it's at or any of that, but it's on a bridge, right? And both sides of this bridge, I didn't look at the one side, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much the same. There's only a spot like that, and then it just drops on the one side. So I'm pretty sure it's like that on the other side. And people have their kids there, just small kids, like 4 and 5 and younger. They're just going on the other side of that guardrail and running back and forth. It's like, one of these days somebody's going to fall in the damn water and drown, because I'm pretty sure it's a pretty deep water right there. And I don't want to be there when it happens. I don't want it to happen at all, but one of these days it's going to happen. Like, I dread the day that I hear about that, but it's like, it's almost inevitable that it's going to happen. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But some people just don't want to watch after their kids enough. I mean, and it's not necessarily that they're not watching them either. It's because they're literally watching them do it, and they're not saying shit about it. Or they'll be sitting on their chair. Get back over here! Get back over here! Just get off your ass and go get them. Like, before they decide to go the other way, you know what I mean? Like, before they might not think about what they're doing, and just run the other way from you, and down over the hill they'll go. And good luck finding them. I mean, it's pretty deep water there. As soon as they hit that water, hopefully they can swim, but I don't know. I wouldn't take that chance, you know what I mean? Even if they could swim, I wouldn't take that chance. I've been here, I already read that. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm the best parent in the world, because I'm definitely not, but I would never let my kids anywhere near that. That's just... And my kids are old enough to realize not to get around it, but... Then there's like cars, of course, parked up there, and they were letting their kids stand up on the hoods of their car, and they wasn't even watching them. All they had to do was fall off the hood of the car and go that way. And they went right across the other side of the guardrail, right down over the hill. Like, jeez. Just gritting my teeth the whole time, like, get that kid away from there. It's not going to be a good 4th of July celebration if your kid falls overboard. And, not overboard, you know what I mean. Falls into the water. Some people have that mentality, oh, just let them do that a few times, they'll learn. In this case, that doesn't work, because if they fall in the water and drown, they're not going to learn anything. They're just going to die. I don't want my kids to learn that hard, you know what I mean? take that kind of a risk. I don't know. It's like, yeah, if they fall off a couch and hit their head on something, I don't want them to do that, but it's not life-threatening probably, you know. If they fall off a building, you might not want them to do that. Or if they, in this case, off a freaking cliff into water that's really deep. Like, there's no learning anything there, you know. Unless they survive, but why take that chance? Ugh. But anyway, off of that freaking topic, because it's pretty boring. I hope anybody that might be watching this right now, I know my good friend Warg here is watching it. Make sure you check out E. Bernard Warg here on YouTube. Awesome brother from another mother, awesome dude. Does great things on the internet, and he's actually an actor, stage actor, and he actually's been in a few movies, which is awesome. And check out his YouTube channel. Tell him I sent you. Subscribe, and enjoy his videos. He's got great videos, so make sure you check them out. And yeah, but I hope everybody watching now, if anybody's watching, and if anybody watches this later, hope you have a great Independence Day. Hope you stay safe out there, not only for yourself but for everyone else. As in, no running anyone over going through towns, because it's probably going to be crowded. No drinking and driving, which that shouldn't happen. Neither one of them should happen any day of the week, any day of the year. But tends to be a little more congested around holidays like Independence Day and Christmas and stuff like that. So be careful on the roads when you're driving. Another Proton Pack mod video comes. Okay, another Proton Pack mod coming soon. Anybody that loves watching them, anybody that's watched my videos, definitely want to check out E. Bernhard Warg. For sure. I thought about doing a couple more mods to mod, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating on what to do next. I'd like to put those, I'm not sure what you call it, but I call it like the bumper, the rack that holds that bar that goes around that holds the cyclotron cover on. Not sure what you call that. The bumper, whatever you call that. I had that reflective caution tape on there, and it looked awesome, especially when light hit it and stuff. But it wouldn't stay on there. I don't know why. It stays on that bottom piece. Bumper, okay, thank you. That's what I would call it, but I don't know. I wasn't sure. But it wouldn't stay on there for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it wouldn't stay on there. It kept peeling up on the one side. I just kept pushing it down, pushing it down. I was like, yeah. I just finally got pissed at it and tore it off. I put, the long strip on the one side, and then the side that has the blue decal on there, I put, just a little 3-inch piece on that side, and I thought it looked awesome, but it just wouldn't stay on there. I don't know why. Kind of stinks. But right below that white danger decal on the what looks like a filter of some sort on the bottom there, underneath the cyclotron, there's like a little strip of caution tape, and it stays on fine. Maybe just because it's a little strip, I don't know, and it's on a flat surface, maybe, I don't know. But it stays on there fine, but it won't stay on the other parts. Maybe sand. Okay, yeah, that could be like sand it, like rough it up a little bit, and filter. Okay, maybe sand it a little bit. Put the tape on there. Maybe hit it with like a clear coat paint or something. I don't know. Trying to think of different ideas to, if you hit it with like a clear coat paint, that it would. I thought about. I rolled the idea around in my head about just touching a little bit of super glue in there, but I didn't want to do that because then I was afraid that, how when you put super glue on something, you almost always put too much, even when you're not trying. And then when you put the tape down, it would squeeze out from under it and make a hell of a mess. So I kind of want to refrain from that. And I didn't want it to be quite that permanent, because when I rip it off, I don't know what's going to happen if I have to take it off later. So kind of want to refrain from that. But if I put it on there and like spray some clear coat or something on there, then that would probably hold it, and it wouldn't have to come back off. Or so. But yeah, hopefully. But there are. I would like to. I was thinking I was going to change the grip on the Toronto one. I did paint it black. Completely thought and expected it to rub off, but it hasn't yet. I don't know if, let's see. Can't remember what I used, but it works excellent. I don't know. I can't remember what I used on it, whether I used a Sharpie or whether I used a paint marker. I think I used a Sharpie, but I could be wrong. But it seems to stay on there, surprisingly. I thought sure it would rub off or something. Kind of like the gold paint kind of rubbed off, which kind of works because it makes it look used, you know what I mean? Like it's like something with brushing against them fittings and rub some of the coating off of them or whatever. But at the same time, if they were brass fittings, they would be probably solid brass, and it wouldn't be that. But it's fine for now. And that, did you change the? I don't think you did, Borg. Did you change the black cable down there to a blue cable? AK just a piece of rubber made to look like a cable. Because I just wrapped blue electrical tape around mine, and it doesn't look horrible, but I'm thinking I might want to change that. Either take it off and just have it a black cable, or change it out with a blue one. Not quite sure how I would go about doing that, but because I'm pretty sure it won't pull out of there. I'm pretty sure it's like one solid piece. But I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I also thought about getting some really small hose clamps. I'm not sure if they have them that small. And cut them hose clamps off of... Well, I can show you. I'm not sure if they have them this small. No, I haven't changed any code. I'm not sure if they have like the hose clamps that small. But I thought about cutting these, like if I found some, to cut these off and then put clamps right over top of these. So they're actual metal clamps. Not that big a deal, but I just figured it would be, you know, be a nice little touch if I could find clamps that tiny. I'm not sure if they do, but Surplus City? Okay. I'll check it out. Appreciate it. But if I do find some work, I'll make sure to get, you know, quite a few of them. And if you need some, let me know. I'll let you know if I find some, though. Hopefully I can find something. Not even sure what size clamp you would call that. Tiny ass clamp. I don't know. But I've seen people have clamps on that, but I think they changed out the actual hose, like the whole piece. I don't think they used the same thing, but I could be wrong. But I have seen it changed. I have seen metal ones on there, which kind of gave me the idea. Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't have I might just say the hell with it anyway. If I can't find them, I'd, you know, because they look pretty good. But anything that you can do, you know, this goes for anybody that mods anything. Anything that you can do to something that doesn't cost much at all, that can even just improve the looks of it just a little bit. I'm all for it. You know, that's the way to do it. But yeah. But I definitely want to get that clamps. I don't know if yours did that or not, Ward, but I took that plastic piece off, and there's actually a white line, mine's getting ready. I mean, it's not getting ready to break, but you can tell that it was bent pretty rough at one point because it has that white line that plastic gets on it when it gets bent in the direction it shouldn't be bending, basically. So, like a stress mark, I guess you would call it. So, that wasn't what gave me the idea to change it, obviously, but I changed, one of my spirit packs changed, and I was going to change that one anyway, but I just want to see what, how it looked. Wondering exactly how I was going to put it on there, at least for now. And then I watched your video, Ward. I can't remember if I commented on it or not, but I did watch it. How you dremeled around it and put that piece back on. That was a great idea. So, pretty sure that's probably what I'll do as well. But, what about that one black piece of that one black cable, Warg, that goes in that clamp with that ribbon cable? Was that on the 84 pack? I don't know if do you know that? Do you know if it was on the 84 pack or not? It goes back in. It actually goes back in where the ribbon cable goes into the pack at, and comes through that same clamp. Not sure if that was on the 84 pack or not, but I'll probably keep it on for now. Unless it wasn't on the 84 pack, then I might get rid of it and put a bolt in there like I did the other one. But we'll see how that goes. There is actually another piece that you can get for those packs, Warg, that you can put on the blue light bar, and actually make that lens blue. Makes it look a little bit better. But I don't know if I'll worry about that or not, but oh, it wasn't. Okay. Okay. I'll probably remove mine as well then. I appreciate the information. That'd probably be my next mod on it then. Even though it's not a whole lot, but every little bit counts, you know what I mean? I didn't think I saw it on your pack when I saw that, when I saw you had that clamp on there. I didn't think I saw it on there. But I could have looked over it, but apparently it wasn't on there because you said it, so. Alright, I appreciate the information. I'll probably do that at some point tomorrow then. Maybe even tonight, I don't know, we'll see. Get that taken off. It's a fairly easy process there. It's just a little hole there. You can put anything in it. Probably just cut it off, push the piece back in the pack, and then when I do open up the pack, because I don't know anything that I'll be opening up the pack to do, but I did see one mod that I might do, Warg, and you might want to do it too when you hear about it. But do you have? No, I don't actually. I wish I did. I've been wanting to get it, but I haven't gotten it yet. But I would definitely like to get that one. But definitely would love to get that manual, but I haven't gotten it yet. But anyway, one of the mods I've seen was the switch on the inside of the cyclotron that switches it from an 84 pack to Afterlife pack. The guy actually took the wires off of that and wired it to the switch that does nothing on there, and then that way he could switch that switch to change it over without taking it apart. I thought that was pretty cool. It's probably something, I don't know if it's something I'll do or not, but maybe, but probably not, just because it's kind of unnecessary for me. I thought it was neat if you want both. You know what I mean? If you want to be able to switch them both, switch it over easy like that. But I probably preferably probably wouldn't do it just because I keep mine on the 84 pack. So maybe instead of changing that switch out, I'd change the other switch out that vibrates, the vibrating motor. Maybe I'll do that one instead, so I can turn the vibration on and off instead of the, you know what I mean, the mode. That might be something I'd rather do instead of that one. Probably be more helpful for me, but figured I would share that with you. I'm not sure if you saw that video or not, but thought that was a pretty cool mod. But I did put actual blue electrical tape on the one spot that looks like it has blue electrical tape on it, but it's kind of a darker color and it doesn't look quite as good as actually having electrical tape on it. So I did do that. You know, the one up there with the red wire. I've been thinking of doing that as well. Oh, you mean the electrical tape or the switch? Yeah, I might do the rumble part of it, like the vibration, but maybe not even that, because I think I'm just keeping my vibration on. I mean, it would be all right. Put it this way, I would definitely, without a doubt, switch that out to do the vibration or not vibration. If the pack would actually stay on, if I were to get that, if I were to get that little board that keeps it alive instead of shutting off, then I might do it. But I don't know, we'll see, because it shuts off anyway. I don't know why it does that, but I guess maybe for energy saving purposes. I don't know, but that's pretty much all I could think that they were doing, that they were thinking when they did that, is to save energy, so it would shut off, so your battery. Because I'm assuming, I'm thinking that the batteries probably won't last very long if it stayed on, but especially if it had the sound, with the sound and the rumble and, you know, the vibration and the lights, you know. So imagine they probably wouldn't last very long. I even saw somebody switch the clipper valve out to an actual real clipper valve, which I'm not interested in because it's already aluminum. It's already metal, so I mean, I don't really have a use to do that. The marker of okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, I'm right there with you, brother. That I hate that. It always. I knew what you meant though, but it always seems to screw up. Mine just, my thumbs are, and I don't really think I have that big of thumbs, but for some reason when I'm typing, I'll like go to, and it's always a B instead of a space. It'll be all run together, and it'll be a B where the space should be. Like, how does that happen? Like, I'm sitting there, and once in a while I catch it, and then, and other times I'll hit the freaking send button, and I'm like, damn it. But people get the idea of what I'm trying to say, but it's still annoying as hell. Okay, I see. Awesome, appreciate that. Huh, so it doesn't even have the... Oh yeah, it does, okay. It has both of those, okay. It said it doesn't even have the two on the right hand side, but it does. Yeah, that's the thing. If it doesn't go on quite as easy, if it doesn't go on as easy, then it's kind of like, yeah, I'll just not bother with it. But if you buy one, you can always use that for something. I mean, I've been wanting to, get another. If you come across another, actually, I probably need two actually, which sucks. But I was gonna get another Alice backpack frame to put on my Spirit Halloween pack, but I also wanted another Alice backpack frame to. I was gonna make my own, or make the group a little bit lighter version of the slime pack, because I know Aaron's is heavier and hell nobody wants to wear it because it's heavy. But I was thinking of making that, even if it wasn't as heavy, or even if it was as heavy, just to have, you know what I mean? But well, no, we'll see. And it wouldn't matter which Alice backpack frame it was. So, matter of fact, I would probably prefer the 1A or whatever it is, the A1 or whatever. I can't remember what to call it now, but the one that doesn't work with the Hasbro pack, just because if you find one that does work, you might want to, sell it to somebody that needs one for the pack. So, they're just testing. Oh no, that's all good, brother. Yeah, but yeah, I was wondering about that cable because I didn't remember seeing it on the '84 pack, but I wanted to make sure I asked just before I got rid of it and be like, shit, I should have kept it. But I'm not necessarily going for an '84 pack, but I'm going more for '84 pack than Afterlife pack, if that makes sense. Oh, you have several spare Alice frames? Huh. I have to get a hold of you here and see how much you might want for at least one of them. I'd like to at least have one. But maybe two. Well, like I said, I would take the frames that, if you have one or two frames that doesn't work with the new pack, just because if you have ones that do, you might want to, you might want to sell them to somebody that can use them for the actual pack, because it doesn't matter on the Spirit pack. I can rig it up. You know how that works. I can rig it up easy. You can probably rig it up for the Hasbro pack too, but it'd be so much easier to rig it up for the Spirit pack, and easy to use for the slime blower too. But it's funny because I noticed, I don't know if you ever come into my stream before, Ward, but how it cuts your name off. It always cuts shit off. Like yours would only cut a G off. Like, why couldn't they just put a G over there, for crying out loud? But it looks like it says E. Bernhard War. It's like okay, thank you. LC and LC. Okay, LC1, LC2. Okay, that's, I can't remember what I was thinking. Probably 1 and 1A. Ghostbusters. Ecto 1 and 1A is probably what I was thinking of. Yeah, but to me it wouldn't matter if it was an LC1 or LC2. But I kind of would prefer LC2 just because it's the one that doesn't work with the Hasbro pack. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to get that one, I would prefer you, if you did get rid of that one, to give it to somebody, to sell it to somebody that could use it for the actual pack, rather than me use it up for a spirit pack or a project slime pack that I could use the LC2 on with. So makes sense, because literally all I'll do probably is get a piece of plywood or something, thin piece of plywood or a piece of metal, aluminum or something, sheet of aluminum or something, and put the what is it, the motherboard, is that what it's called, and then build from it. Oh, I appreciate it. I take it you do stop motion. Is that do you have a YouTube channel? Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, another person. Yeah. It said there was like 4 people in here, but I never believed that freaking thing. Right now it's true. But there might be 3 people in here and it only says 2. That thing is broken. I don't know what this. I'm sure you're capable of knowing what I'm talking about, but this right here, it says 2. A couple times, or more than a couple times, it had 0, and there was people talking. But anyway, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a few years worth of collecting, that's for sure. Maybe not as many years as you might think, though. It's not, but quite a few years. My latest console that I got was right here, the Sega CD. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping in for sure. I'm trying to look for something here. I'll try not to miss any comment. Ah, dang, I found what I was looking for. Imagine that. That don't happen very often. Finding what I'm looking for. But yeah, appreciate you stopping in. Remember, at 450 subscribers, we'll be doing a giveaway. I know I just call you Peterson Stop Motion. Not sure how you pronounce that other. Not good with pronunciation sometimes, but I'm assuming you do stop motion, and that's like a YouTube or Twitch account. I'll look you up right now, and if it is a YouTube, I'll make sure to subscribe for sure. Not saying you have to subscribe to me, but I'll subscribe to you. So, but if you do subscribe, remember, like I was saying, remember at 550 subscribers, which you didn't know before until now, going to be doing a giveaway. The only thing you need to do to participate is to be subscribed and come in when the giveaway is going on. Tell me you want to play, and we'll go from there. So, not sure you're still in the chat. So what I'll do is I'm going to see if this is a Facebook, or yeah, Facebook. If this is a YouTube account. Oh, there you are. Yes, I create stop motion videos with action figures. Hell yeah. I'll definitely subscribe to that. I love watching that stuff. I admire the time and effort it takes to do that stuff. I can't say that I couldn't do it, but, you know, just, I'm sure it's a lot of work, for sure. So yeah, make sure you go to his channel and check out his stop motion. Make sure you subscribe. Alright, here you are. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell notification. I have noticed when people say that when you hit that bell notification, that it works a lot better when you hit the bell notification to inform you of any videos that they upload, as opposed to put all instead of personalized or none. And it works better for when they jump on live streams and stuff, or when they upload a video that you might not have seen. You know, a new video that, you know, to alert you that they have a new video. So, anytime you, just as a tip, anytime you hit the bell notification, hit all. And apparently it works better. I'm not sure. I've had people tell me a lot of times that mine's not working. And then I had people tell me that only like people that have a lot of subscribers, theirs are the only ones that work, which I'm sure isn't true. It's probably just completely freaking random. But who knows? I'm thinking about, well, I mean, not thinking about it, I'm going to eventually use my gaming PC to do live streams. But I think I have pretty much everything I need to do that. But I'm not sure if my gaming PC has 2 HDMI ports on it. And I know that the one is an out, obviously, because, you know, it works as an out. And I've plugged the HDMI into a different port, into the other port, and it would not project anything. So I'm assuming that it's an in, and that I can use it for like a video, like a, you know what I'm saying, a capture card, but I'm not certain. I've done a tiny bit of stop motion to post it. Yeah, I've been getting copyright strikes on my thumbnails, and it's ridiculous. Like I'm not even choosing the thumbnail. It's just doing the random thumbnail randomly in the video. It's just putting up a random thumbnail. You know what I mean? Because I think it goes like 8 minutes into the. If it's a really long video, it normally typically goes like 8 to 10 minutes into the video, and that's the thumbnail. And if it's shorter, then it's like halfway or something. I can't remember how it works, but I keep saying make it. Yeah. Yeah, I have found some copyright-free songs and stuff. Specifically, one that I really like that I want to do, and I could do it myself, but I don't know. I just haven't seemed to find the time to do it. But I wanted to put together like a bunch of pictures from my game room, and then put that music to it, and have it like an intro. Like I could have it on my phone, and I could bring it up, and it'll fill the screen up, and it'll play that little intro, and then I can turn it off, start my stream up. You know what I mean? I thought that would be pretty neat, something a little extra to do. But then number one, I haven't seen to find the time to do it, and number two, if the Play Store goes somewhere, which it will eventually, and my PS5 doesn't have that support, so when this goes bye-byes, then I'm going to have to do it on my PC anyway, and I'm sure I could do it on the PC easy enough too. But if I knew exactly how to do it on the PC, I would already be doing it because. But the biggest reason, like I've told everybody time and time again, and if you've heard this, you can plug your ears if you want. But the biggest reason I do it on the PS4 is for the great camera quality. No, it's for because you just start up your stream and you put the title into what you want and you start broadcasting, and then when you're done, you just shut everything off, and it uploads by itself. It's just so easy. It's such an easy transition that I'm going to do it on here until I can't anymore, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But again, if you're doing that, or if you're thinking of doing that, instead of, because when I first started doing it, I just shut the PS4 off. Just held the button in, shut the PS4 off when I was done. And that wasn't working quite as well. What it did when I did that was, and it was really weird, and it might just happen to me, it might just been a glitch that happened, and it may never happen again if I try it, but it happened a lot of times that I did it. So I don't think it's a coincidence. But what it would do is it would cut that video in half that you did. Like say it's a 10-minute video, it would put up the last 5 minutes first, and then download the first 5 minutes and put it on before it had the full video. It was weird as hell. So what I did was instead of just shutting it off, I closed the application out first of the Play Store, and then I shut my PS4 off.
Yeah, it was just a brief clip, but it was essential to had a live action.
Cool. Yeah, I know what you mean though, Warg. If you're not sure about whether you're going to get a copyright strike, I would just not worry about. I mean, unless there's a way you can take the audio out of it. But I know what you're saying, that you integrated the audio. You put the right song in it that was right for that specific scene, and without it, it wouldn't be as good. And you don't want to put it in with it because you might get a copyright strike. I know what you mean. It's a tough one. But yeah, the last couple that I got copyright strikes, so I did get Well, I never got a copyright strike on an actual the actual contents of a video, but the one giveaway I did, I had the audio on the wrestling game, because I do the giveaways for the wrestling game, and you know, each of you pick a character, and it's computer versus computer, and do a tournament, right? Well, it was CM Punk's Cult of Personality. It's not his song, but you know what I mean, it later become his song. That song was out before he was there, and I'm pretty sure that's what got me a copyright strike. But it wasn't like they uploaded the video and then said, hey, you know, you need to take this down, or you need to change it, or we're going to, you know, pursue it. They just didn't upload it. It just didn't upload at all. So, which I understand. I mean, if it's copyright material, then, you know, they have every right to not put it up. And I understand that. I just wasn't aware that it was, you know. But the biggest things I got a copyright strike on was, like I said, the thumbnails. One of them was, I can't even remember what the one was, actually. I can't remember what it was. But I changed it to my logo, and it went away. And the second one that happened was one of my Back to the Retro streams. And it had the Power Rangers logo on the screen, is what it chose for a thumbnail, and they copyright struck the image, even though I didn't choose the image. It chose itself, So I just, again, put my logo on it, and it went away. It only saw it on in the actual. They uploaded it, and if you clicked on it, it would play. But just in the actual, when you're thumbing through your videos, like if I went to go into it to check all my videos, it would have it in the listing. It would have copyright flag or something, copyright material or whatever. Matter of fact, I want to check it here just to see if it still is. To see if it still is like that after I changed it. It shouldn't be, but you know how that works, right? I think it was it was a live. So let's see. So normally it would show like your views, and the last time when it was actually when you actually did the video. Let's see. Trying to see whether I don't think it's there anymore now. No, because I would have seen it by now. So I fixed that one at least. Alright, here's where it was. It was the Back to the Retro is now. Stop in and make a request. That was it's actually a picture of the back of these shelves in the arcade cabinet now. So they couldn't copyright strike that because it's my own personal damn room, you know what I mean? Now if they saw like a logo in the background that they didn't like, then yeah, but yeah. Let me check my 544. That's my house number. That's funny. But anyway, at 550 subscribers, so I don't have very far to go. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. They copyright a lot of stuff. Like I don't understand. Like Nintendo's really bad for that. I've heard. I don't know. I haven't witnessed it personally, but I've heard that they're pretty rough on that. Like when the Breath of the Wild was coming out, they've shown like a couple still images of the game, and they were flagging that shit, taking it down. I'm like, you would think that'd be like free advertisement, you know what I mean? Like, look how great this game looks. But they wouldn't have any of it, and it's their right to do. So I mean, but it's just kind of strange, like what gets copyright strike and what doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But like I said, it's their prerogative. If they're the company that's if they own that company and they feel that you shouldn't be advertising it, showing any sort of pictures or video of it to other people, then that's. And I've never done it on purpose. Obviously, it just happened that way, and I got like I don't know 4 copyright strikes or flags. I get one was one was just taken down. It wasn't even taken down. It just wasn't even uploaded, and then 3 of them were like flags, because of the thumbnail. It's kind of weird, but like I said, it's the way it works sometimes. But Bronx Sushi. I think I've seen you in here before, but I'm not positive. So many people come in and out of here, and sometimes they don't, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like, I got millions of subscribers and there's people coming in and out. I can't possibly keep track of everybody, but I can't possibly keep track of everybody, even if it is a few. But it's just like, I don't know, it's getting messages here now. And wind's blowing everything around. I don't know what the heck.
Shucks.
I don't know what I went into. But you do the work on it. I was actually had a thing come up to ask me to modernize it, but I never, But I've had a couple things come up before, ask me if I want to modernize my account, and I didn't do it. I just I got a full-time job, and I really don't need to. You know what I mean? Like if I would become disabled or something, couldn't go to work, then maybe I would pursue something like that. But it's not that not that I think that people that do it are stupid or nothing. Obviously not. I mean, if you can make a living off of it, that's great. I mean, and do what you love to do. You know what I mean? But I just never ever thought of going down that path. And that doesn't mean I never will, but maybe one day, maybe not. I don't know, but just see where the road takes you. You know what I mean? Some people make a good, honest living out of it. The biggest problem I would have with it is once you did that, then they would what I mean? They would expect a certain amount, probably expect a certain amount of videos per week, and what I mean, stuff like that. And if you wasn't able to, what happens if that happens and you wasn't able to put out that many? You know what I mean? Are they gonna take? They gonna drop you, or what? How how's that work? So I was like, eh. But it kind of just goes by what people like to do. I mean, I like doing this, just it doesn't pay the bills, you know what I mean? But my wife does TikTok, and she actually gets paid for TikTok, and it's not that much, but I mean, every little bit helps. She's always downplaying it. She's like, well, it's not that much. I was like, well, every little bit helps, I mean, that's, no matter what you get, if you get $5 a month, that's $5 a month you didn't have before, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not knocking any of that. Make money where you can make it, you know what I mean? As long as it's honest, hard, honest work, and not stealing from anybody, I mean, make the money, you know what I mean? But I don't think any job's a stupid job, you know what I mean? If you're making money and you're supporting yourself, or you're supporting a family, or then you're doing the right thing. I mean, it's the way life's supposed to work. It's not the way it always works, but it's the way it's supposed to. Let's see. But yeah, it came just past an hour. I figure at least another, at least go an hour and a half, and some frogs out there again, or toads, whatever the hell they are. One of the two out there squawking again. I think they're finally done with the fireworks, at least for now, anyway. At least for the time being. See, I'm always open for suggestions on what I should do on my channel, so if anybody has suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd much appreciate it. Definitely take take what you say into consideration if it sounds like a good idea, and definitely roll with it. But I try to do that for other people on their streams as much as, because I know that it helps out, And if they subscribe to my channel, then I automatically subscribe back, regardless of whether they have content on their channel or not. I always subscribe back, just out of respect. If so. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to do than others, just because I don't get on there to see like what the new subscribers are, so I don't see it a lot to be able to like, okay, I'll subscribe back kind of thing. But I get to it eventually. But I appreciate the patience that they've given me. I don't think they really, the people that subscribe to me didn't really expect me to subscribe back, but I just thought, in common courtesy, if they're gonna subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe back. Like I said, even if they don't have any videos up, I mean, maybe sometime they'll decide to make a video and they'll have X amount of have a little start on a subscriber. So I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. But anyway, we'll go to at least an hour and a half here. I definitely appreciate everybody stopping in, checking out the stream. And see what. Oh. Well, so definitely appreciate people that stop in later and watch it. I know a couple of my buddies are like, they always get not depressed, but they always get like, it always makes them sad when they're not able to jump into my live streams, and I'm like, bro, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? You got, your life is more important. The everyday life stuff you do is more important than worrying about whether you're going to jump into everybody's live streams, But when you're busy, you're busy. I mean, it's just the way it works. But I appreciate it. Happy 4th of July to you as well. I basically do retro game streams, collecting, stuff like that, giveaways, basically what I do on my stream. Talk sessions like now. Like, I appreciate you stopping in. But, oh crap. Let's see. Okay. Appreciate you stopping in, Heidi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologize if it isn't. Not sure if you have videos on your channel, but I subscribe to you just because you're polite enough to jump in here and check my stream out. Doesn't mean you have to subscribe to me. I'm just doing it out of courtesy because, you jumped in and checked it out and gave me that view. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Okay. Sometimes I have a trouble pronouncing different things, but I mean that's a pretty normal pronunciation of a word or of a name, so I figured I had it right. But you never know. People pronounce their names differently a lot of times too, so. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But since you haven't heard yet, I don't know if you were in here when I said it, but the only thing you have to do is be subscribed. Again, I don't push, hey, need to subscribe now. But if you are subscribed, at 550 subscribers, which it's getting pretty close now. I think I think yours is 445, so probably 5 more subscribers. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So, yes. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. But at 550 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I'll go ahead and explain how that works since I haven't explained it for a little while. Um, Basically, what I give out most of the time, and probably this time too, is either 1 or 2 gift cards, like a PSN card and an Xbox Gold membership card. And basically, what I do is I get a wrestling game. I think I got 2K20. I think that's the newest one I have. And you jump into the stream, see that, oh, there's a giveaway, jump into the stream. I'll put out there, who wants to participate in it. Make sure you're subscribed before you say yes. I'll write down your names and hopefully get an even number of names so you can get a decent, tournament going. And you all pick, each one of you pick a wrestler, and I'll put it computer versus computer, and whoever wins. Go through a tournament, and most of the time when I give 2 cards away, what I do is I go all the way through that, and then whoever wins the tournament gets their choice of which one they want, and then all the remaining people that didn't win, at the end, I'll put all of them in like a Royal Rumble or Battle Royal, whatever you want to call it, a Royal Rumble match, and then the winner of that gets the other card. So that's usually how I do that if I give away 2 cards. So. Air conditioner makes all sorts of clicking noises, and you think it's going to come on and it doesn't. But coming up on an hour and a half here, I'll probably jump off at an hour and a half. Like I said, I appreciate anybody that stops in and checks my stream out live or otherwise, as in, later on. I appreciate all that, and appreciate the support. I envy. It's pretty nice in here right now. It's like, I don't know, 74, I think it says, or something. It keeps it pretty good in here. But I gotta get to the bottom of why I have to replace one every couple years. Like, I don't understand why I have to replace it every couple years. The last one I got was a Frigidaire, which is a name brand air conditioner. It's not a cheap one at all. And it lasted me 2 years and done. I'm like, geez, really? So. Yeah, that's no good, huh? That sucks. In the bedroom, but it's funny because we don't have air conditioning in the house. We have central air, which is better, really. I mean, more efficient. You know what I mean, keeping the whole house cooled off. But I still run a fan at night, even though we have central air and it's a decent temperature. I think it's more of the sound that the fan makes more than it is the actual air that is blowing. If that makes sense, it's like a calming. You know what I mean? Like, plus it like drowns out. Like, for instance, you can hear the frogs in the background. drowns out that sort of noise. Like I can't really hear them in the house because I'm not in the house. I'm in a shed that's away from the house. But when I'm in the house, I can't really hear them. I mean, I could if I really wanted to hear them, but the fan kind of drowns out little sounds outside. Maybe dogs barking or idiots revving up their engines or doing burnouts or whatever they might be doing out there. It kind of helps to drown out the sound a little bit, which I think helps. I'm not one of the people that can sleep with like a TV running because it's like if the TV's like playing music, then okay. But if it's a movie, then it's like my mind is going like what trying to picture what they're actually doing while they're talking, and and you can't get to bed. You know what I mean? It's like you're watching a movie and trying to sleep at the same time. Whereas if it's just like music, then it's a little different. But typically, I don't have any noise except for the fan or any light. Is ideal and a nice cool environment. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's my autism that makes me like that, or because pretty much everyone in the house. Well, my son's autistic. He's high functioning autistic too, and he doesn't seem to have any problems. Which he doesn't listen to people talking either. He listens to like soothing music that plays a tune. So I guess that really doesn't apply to him. But the air conditioner finally decided to come back on. But I'm autistic and uh, dyslexic and ADHD. It's like all rolled into one. Like it's a little nerve wracking sometimes. But anyway. Bipolar. Yeah, it's always something, isn't it? But I know I'm autistic. I'm not diagnosed with any of them, but I just know that I am just because of well, first of all, the autism I know I am because my son is autistic and I see a lot of traits that I used to do and sort of still do, but definitely when I was his age, I was doing the same things. You know what I mean? And he's been diagnosed and everything, and I just know that I see some characteristics in there um, of stuff. And like for instance, I can talk in front of people. I can talk in front of a camera like right now. But when I know someone's filming me, sometimes it just I don't know. It just like if someone's holding the camera, filming me. Sometimes I don't freeze up, but I'm not as talkative as I am right now. Or if someone asks me a question that I have to answer no to, I'll ignore them. Not to be ignorant, but just because I cannot answer them unless it's a yes question. I don't know what it is. It's strange, but then the ADHD, I see pictures on the wall. Oh, I go nuts. I see them crooked on the wall. I go nuts. I can't handle it. It's like, and then of course the dyslexia. I try to read words backwards, numbers flip around. It's nuts. Uh, Try to keep up with the chat here. Yeah. Yeah, back when I was born, they didn't really diagnose. They didn't really, you know what I mean. They didn't really look at it. They didn't really look into it that much. Maybe it is OCD. It's not ADHD, is it? It's OCD. Sorry, OCD is it OCD when you see like a picture on the wall that's crooked and it just drives you nuts? Maybe that's OCD, not ADHD. Sorry, getting them a little confused here. But not. Ah, is that what I'm OCD too then? Like when I leave the game room, and some people think I'm an idiot for doing it, but whatever, you know. I'll unplug stuff, everything. Like I have 3 major plugs in here, except for the air conditioner and my little refrigerator. Of course, I keep that stuff plugged in, and my arcade cabinet, because that would be a little bit of a pain to pull that out every time. But it's on surge protectors and stuff. Everything's on surge protectors, but still, I unplug them from the wall when I leave. Like I unplug the 3 surge protectors from the wall when I leave. And if I don't count 1, 2, 3 when I pull them out and walk out the door, I have to walk back in to make sure I unplugged them. So yeah, I guess that's OCD then, right? But what is like stuff on the wall, like pictures on the wall crooked? What that drives you nuts? Is that OCD too, or I think it is, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not the clean freak either, but I think different habits. That very true. Yeah, have to check and recheck. Yeah, I definitely have OCD then, because I think OCD was the one I was looking for, not ADHD, but OCD is definitely I definitely have OCD. Yeah, I think it's like if you come in my room, you're not going to see any pictures crooked, like because I spend time to make sure that they're damn near picture perfect. No pun intended. You know what I mean? So, not saying I'm perfect. Obviously, I'm very far from perfect, but I just see a little bit of a like. I went into the hospital one day because I got my foot and ankle scanned because I had surgery on it, and it developed. Well, I found out it developed arthritis because I had surgery done to it because I'm flat footed as a duck, and I was like basically walking on my ankle. I still am, but and they put a pin in there. Well, they wanted to take pictures of it. Well, I went in there and there was a whole wall of pictures, a clock and stuff, and a whole wall of pictures. Every one of them was crooked. Every one of them. The only picture frame that wasn't crooked, the little certificate or whatever inside itself was crooked. The frame was straight, but the piece inside was crooked. I'm like, oh man, it just drove me batty. I had to close my damn eyes. I'm like, just like having a. Yeah, yeah, that's the way I am. I have things a certain way. My son's the same way too on that. Let me see. You could get frustrated because it's extra work for you. Yeah, it was nuts. Like there wasn't one picture on that wall that was straight, and it drove me nuts. And of course, I had to wait for 20 minutes or something. It maybe wasn't 20 minutes, but it seemed like 20 minutes. But like every one of them was crooked, except for one, uh, and the certificate or whatever it was. It wasn't a certificate. It was like information about something, some insurance or something. But it was crooked. I'm like, it was it was nuts. Like I couldn't look at it anymore. I looked over there. I'm like, are you serious? And I was like, I couldn't look at it anymore. Well, at least I'm not. Yeah, I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it works. It's crazy. If I don't count me unplugging these, and I go out that door, I gotta come right back in and check them, make sure they're unplugged. Or if I lock the door, I know that I physically locked it. But if someone asks me if I locked the door, then I question it. I'm like, yeah, but now that you ask, maybe I didn't. I was like, I think, don't ask me anymore. If it was your house, I bet you. Yeah, I felt like fixing it right then and there at the hospital. Like, what are they going to tell me? You can't touch our pictures? Even I forgot to tell you, even the clock was crooked. I'm like, ugh. Like 6 was over here somewhere. Instead of straight down, it was like that way. Which it was that way for the way you're seeing my arm. It was that way. I'm putting my arm the opposite way. It was to the left, not the right. The way I'm looking at my arm is to the right, but the way you're looking at it is to the left. But I'm like, really? 6 was where 7 should be. That's how crooked it was. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, fix these. They mean lots of... Yeah, you're right. They make tons of money, so they should at least they should be able to pay somebody to do that crap or something. Like, jeez, that's nuts. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? Every one of them. Like, if just 1 or 2 of them were crooked, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But every one, there was 20 pictures on this wall, at least. Plus a clock. There was even a box or something. I think it was the temperature thing, and the temperature, the thing for the furnace was, or central air was straight, but the box that was covering it up so no one could tamper with it, it was crooked. I'm like, are you serious? The only thing that was perfectly straight was like this little sign that told you, like an arrow, that, like lunch areas down that way or whatever, bathrooms are that way or whatever. That was the only thing on that wall that was completely straight. I'm like, dude, really? Sometimes it makes me wonder. Yeah, you got a point there. Like, they can't do that one little thing right. Then what else are they doing wrong that you don't know about? That's might actually be serious. I'm thinking one of my buddies might be in here. Chris Tuff might be in here lurking, because he might be eating or something. So if you're in here, Chris, you don't have to comment, but appreciate you in here, brother. And if it's not you, that's fine too. But I know he comes in here and lurks sometimes because he has responsibilities he has to do and that are way more important than coming in my live stream. So he does come in here like an hour after my stream because I was lurking in there. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Well, I actually went live this week a lot more than I normally do because I had off yesterday and I have off today, which, well, I can't say that. Well, yeah, because it's tomorrow already. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Officially. It's 1 minute into the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. I was off, Monday and have off Tuesday. So, and I did a stream both days. So, normally, I only get to do a live stream usually on Saturday, maybe 10 o'clock at night, into the morning. And sometimes I do one Friday. Sometimes. But most of the time it's just like pickup videos that I do with my phone. I want to start doing videos with I want to start doing videos in my vehicle, but I have to get a thing to hold my phone with so I can do those, because nobody likes the Blair Witch Project crap doing this. Or I don't like, holding my phone up like this and driving with one hand and holding the phone. It's a little dangerous for me and anyone else that might get in my way, or that I might get in their way from being on the wrong side of the road or something because of doing that. So I do have a sandbag, and I have, you know, I do have a sandbag and stuff that I can put. I have to get the adapter. Yeah, Blair Witch. The funny thing is, Blair Witch Project. My parents were actually, when I was conceived, they actually lived in Burkittsville, which is Blair, which is where the Blair Witch was. They call it Burkittsville now. I don't know if you knew that, but little history lesson here. Little history here, which was my favorite subject in school. Clearly, is the one I did the best in. But anyway, it's called Burkittsville now. It's where, you know, I was actually conceived, and then I was actually born in Frederick. But I actually watched that movie, and there was like a little store. There's a couple little stores that they had. They were talking to people on like the porch or whatever. I've been to those stores a million times when they were in business. I was like, holy heck, there's, you know, Shreve store, and there's the. Do you have both Independence Day? Why? Do you have both Independence Day and Independence Day? Yeah, I had Monday. I had yesterday off, Monday, and then have today off on actual Independence Day. It was like a floating holiday, they called it, or whatever. I was too scared to watch. But I did like the first. I did sort of like the first Blair Witch Project, but the second one, and I think there was even a third one. I can't remember. I didn't want to know if there was, but the second one, I watched part of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm turning it off. At least the first one, they made it sort of believable. You know what I mean? As opposed to the second one where you just know it's not, you know. Typo should have read, so not. I hate that. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Warg. Every time I do a voice chat or text or something, almost every time there's like a letter that shouldn't be there, or a letter in the wrong place, or a letter instead of a space, or it's a pain in the ass. I didn't know there was a second. Nah, it wasn't scary at all. It was, which I didn't think the first one was that scary either, but it depends on the person. But the second one was really not believable. It was pain. It was I didn't like it. The first one, they actually made it believable, so to a point. You know what I mean? It was actually sort of believable, but third one was a reboot. Yeah, I don't know. Not even going to attempt to watch that one. Whether it's good or not, I'm going to pass on that one, I think. It was good? You mean the first one or the third one? If it's a reboot, that might be a little different. Like, if it was like, you know what I mean, like the first one, but like a reboot of the first one, which I'm assuming that's what you mean, then, maybe I'll give it a watch. I don't know. But if it's like free on some streaming service or something. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know there was a third. I can't say I didn't know there was a third one, but I kind of suspected that there was a third one. But I wasn't sure. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it or not. I would watch the trailer for it first, and then decide from there. Even though the trailer, there might be like 4 good little clips in the movie, and the trailer shows all 4 of them good little clips, and the rest of it's garbage. Sometimes they do that, but I'll watch the trailer of it. If the trailer looks good, then I'll watch it, but still might be not good, but I'll see how that works. But anyway, what I was saying is I got right here it is. I have the Garmin sandbag here. I just got to get I have the part that pushes on here for my Garmin GPS, but I don't have. I have to get the adapter for my cell phone, so I can put the cell phone on there and set it up on my dash. and do videos going down the road, you know, because I used to do videos doing that all the time, going down the road talking about certain topics or where my channel's going and what I'm thinking of doing, or when I'm, you know, when I'm possibly doing a giveaway, stuff like that. And people seem to like those too. At one point, I got a good bit of views on a lot of them, so I might bring that out of retirement if and when I can get a damn. I mean, I know I can, but I just got to do it. Keep forgetting to do stuff. It seems like, okay, you think it's important until you forget about it, and then you're like, was that really that important if I forgot about it that easy? You know what I mean? Trying to tell somebody something, and your kid chimes in or something, and then you forget, and like, well, was it really that important to start with if I forgot about it that easy? I just strapped myself to my Garmin with Velcro. With Velcro? Oh, you mean like put the Garmin on backwards or whatever? That could work. I mean, also have there's also like a magnet thing you can use too, but I was like, I have to stick that to your dash. I would just rather set, because these don't go anywhere. You set them up there, at least not the way I drive. At least I'm not a granny driver, but I'm not a hold on to your ass, or you're gonna go out hit your head off the side of the window or something. That kind of driver either, but they're actually, they call it a sandbag, but they're actually like BBs in there. Which state are you? And I'm in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. But actually, Warg's in Pennsylvania too. Warg and Prom John 1's also in. Prom John 1 actually lives about 30 minutes from me, and Warg's about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, from me, something like that. Depending on how fast you want to drive. I guess that's what it amounts to. But put my stuff away here before so I don't forget. Wisconsin. A buddy of mine lives in Wisconsin. Have you ever watched any gamers from Wisconsin? Game Dungeon Productions. You ever heard of him? He lives in Wisconsin. He's in Little Chute. I think that's how you pronounce it. Little Chute, Wisconsin. He actually he does. Well, actually, he's on Twitch now. He was on YouTube for many years, but now he's on Twitch. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. If you're subscribed to Game Dungeon Productions, then that might be why it's suggested. You know what I mean? Because him and I are good buddies, and we give each other shout outs and all that. I even got one of his shirts and got a print of one of his paintings. And oh, you're close to Little Chute? Okay. Yeah, that's where he lives, Little Chute. Check him out, Game Dungeon Productions. Well, you can check him out on YouTube as well, because he does have videos up, but he does Twitch solely on Twitch now. I'm actually on one of his streams. I was up there in his game room, did around Halloween, one of his Halloween streams. Cool. Yeah, he lives in Little Chute. He's an awesome guy. For sure. He's been streaming Diablo 4. And one of these days I'm going to catch him on and play with him. So whenever he's on. Haven't caught him on yet, because I just got Diablo 4 as well. I've been playing it for 4 days. Yeah, I guess I probably do, yeah. Sure, that's not the actual pronunciation. Is it Shoke? Little Shoke? Something like that. Yeah, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. It's definitely a small world. I remember after a little bit of backstory on me, without taking the rest of the night to tell you. Well, it's already morning now. I'm originally from Frederick, Maryland. My parents split up when I was 7th grade, about halfway through 7th grade, and I decided to live with my mom, and she moved up to Pennsylvania, which is how I got up here. And then yep, he's definitely a Wisconsin boy. And probably about 2 years after I graduated high school, I moved back down with my dad, just for reasons because my stepdad at the time, he wasn't taking me anywhere, wasn't in a hurry to help me get my license and the job and stuff like that. Although I did have a couple jobs before I moved down, like right out of high school, before I moved to my dad's. But then I moved down to my dad's, and from there I ended up moving to my grand's, because she was needing help there for a little. She was having trouble paying her mortgage, and I ended up moving to her house for a couple years to help her pay on that, and then to Hagerstown, and then back out to Pennsylvania. So it was like Maryland, Pennsylvania, back and forth, sort of, kind of. But yeah, check them out, Game Dungeon Productions on Twitch. Tell them Web Junior 1977 sent you. We're good buddies, so. But yeah, it's definitely, well, anyway, the reason I told you that story, see, forgot, you know. But a good buddy of mine at the time, haven't talked to him for years, tried to add him on YouTube. Tried to add him on Facebook, and I don't know whether he just doesn't check his Facebook anymore, or whether for some reason what I did to piss him off. I don't know. But anyway, he got a girlfriend at the time, and they come over to the house a couple times. Well, the one day she come over when I was living with my grandma, they come over, and she was flipping through this photo album, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, holy crap. I was like, that woman in that looks like my grandmother. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, my grandma was sitting on the couch. I'm like, that is her. Well, here to find out, my buddy's girlfriend is related to us somehow. It was like her great aunt. My grandma was like her great aunt or something. I'm like, really? Like you were saying, small world kind of thing. And I'm like, what's the chances? You know what I mean? Like, but then I don't know. It was weird. Like, really? But anyway, that was the whole, small world kind of scenario. I'm like, who would have thought that? I mean, I'm originally from Frederick. She was originally from Frederick. So, I mean, it's kind of not that unbelievable. But at the same time, you're like, that's strange. You're like, oh, you're looking through somebody, essentially a perfect stranger. I've only met her a few times. Looking through her photo album, and there's my grandmother. I'm like, holding her. I'm like, what in the world? When I show my grandma, she goes, that's me. I'm like, it's kind of crazy when stuff like that happens, for sure. Yeah, it is. It's kind of weird. It's like really? Kind of one of them things you're just like, really? That's strange. Cool, but strange. But then after that, I don't know. I don't know whether it was her that changed him or he changed himself or what, but he he just didn't talk to me anymore. I'm like, what the heck? And anybody that knows me, I'm not saying I'm, the coolest guy in the world or anything, but if you can't get along with me, there's something wrong, because I try to get along with everybody, even people that, are trying to not get along with me, or anybody for that matter. I try to coexist with them. I don't try to cause trouble. I just, do my thing and just go with the flow. And, I'm 99.9% of the time, I'm a positive person, and I try to be. And then you get these people at work, I'm like, I don't know how you could get to work every day and just frown and just be in the mood you're in. Like, I just don't know how you could be in that mood all the time. Like, life is too short to act like that to people and to be in those moods. I don't know. I hope. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, my motto is like I said, life is too short to like hold grudges against people, especially family, which a lot of my family does for some reason. I don't understand it, and you just gotta smile. I mean, there's a lot of bad things happening in the world, but there's a lot of good things too. So I mean, it's like you can't just think of the bad things. You got to think of the good stuff too, and a lot of the bad stuff you can't do anything about. Somebody might be able to, but you can't. So it's like, why have a shitty attitude, or why worry about it if you can't change it? Like, I mean, you just gotta take each day, I guess. But I just don't understand how. I mean, did they wake up and be like, I'm going to be in a shitty mood today? Of course, they wouldn't be smiling, but I mean, it's like, did they just plan that from the get go, or is it kind of a progression, progressively getting progressively getting crankier throughout the day? I don't know, but yeah, exactly. Especially the world today. I mean, there's so many psychos and weird people that think that 3-year-olds are hot, and just strange people, and just gotta stay away. Yeah, and then you get the people that are like, because we don't do it much anymore, but we're going to get back into it. Something you don't know about is Heidi. Actually, Warg and Prom John 1 that was on here is in my group as well. We're part of the Retro Gaming Ghostbusters, and we used to do charity stuff. We're going to be getting back into it here soon. Another one of our fellow groups is getting into it, and we're going to jump in with them and do it like we did back in the day, I guess you could say. And we dress up like Ghostbusters, and we go to charity events and stuff like that. We want to start going to hospitals, places like that. And you get a lot of people. Majority of the people are cool with it. They think it's cool. Try to take pictures of us. They're cool people, right? Then you get the other people that are like shitty. They look at you like, what the fuck is this guy doing? They're pretty humorous too, but yeah, all that. Yeah. Oh, there's Mr. Prime John 1. There's Mr. Transaran 38. I was just talking about Retro Gaming Ghostbusters right there. He's like the Ray Stantz, the heart of the Ghostbuster. Oh, there's Mr. E. Bernhard War. He's still in here. But, some think we're idiots or whatever. Well, I got a good little story for you, Heidi. You'll get a kick out of it. We did an event in Hancock, Maryland, right? For an elementary school. They was raising money for whatever they was trying to raise money for. Probably like stationery, stuff for their school, supplies, stuff like that. Hell yeah. And afterwards we went to a Burger King, and there was like a 10-minute, 20-minute section, part of the time there, this guy just kept looking at me like what the hell's wrong with these people? What are they? Why is there a Halloween costume, Halloween parade in the middle of June or whatever? It wasn't June, but you know. And he just kept looking at us weird, like, you guys are idiots being here. And then finally he got up to gumption, and he's like, just curious, why you guys dress like that? And I'm like, we just did a charity event at the school down the road. He goes, oh. He said, well, I live in this community. He said, and I really appreciate that. I'm like, first of all, if you live in this community, you probably should have known that there was a charity event going on and that we possibly were there. Number two, you just looked at me like I'm some sort of fucking sideshow freak a minute ago, and now you're saying, oh, I appreciate that. Get out of here. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? I didn't say that, obviously, but I'm like, really? Like, maybe he did. I don't know. It could be. Could be. I don't know. I'm just astonished by that. Like, then there's like this old dude. He's like, really? Or something like that. And I'm like, and I think they're just as funny as the people. I think I like those reactions just as much as I do people that like us almost as much. Because you can just laugh at it. Like, who are you? Like, are you like the fashion police or something? You're not supposed to be dressed as a Ghostbuster coming into Walmart. And, yeah. And then we did. Here's another one you might get a kick out of, Heidi. We do our spook checks through the mall, and every time we make sure we walked into the Victoria's Secret, we would just not say a word. We just walk in there and make a loop and go right back out, and everybody was laughing. I'm surprised. Yeah, and the funny thing was there's like, you know, Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Greencastle, you know, different places like that we were always at. So you would think at some point people would start getting used to seeing this. Maybe there were people that wasn't from the area and came from other areas. I don't know, but you think eventually people would get used to seeing you. And then some people did get used to seeing you, but I got a story about that here in a minute too. Yeah, funny. Another funny one was we went into Mr. Trans Aaron 38 right here, and we went into GameStop. Yeah, we went into a GameStop. I can't remember if Prime John 1 was with us. He might have been with us as well. Can't remember exactly. I think he might have been with us. Yeah, I think he was with us as well. We was in there doing something, and he goes, you guys don't have no Ghostbusters stuff on. He goes, aren't you guys that normally dress up like the Ghostbusters? We're like, yep. I'm like, they like start recognizing us without our, you know, suits on. So, you know, they got to be seeing a lot of us. Spencer, yeah. Gotta cut my hair again. It's getting a little shaggy. But yeah, then you got the people, Heidi. You got the people that you're going down the dual highway and you can see their arms sticking out the window. They got their cell phones hanging, their arms hanging out the window, trying to snap a picture. I'm like, one of these days you're gonna hit a bump and that phone's just gonna go on the road and it's gonna be toast. Like, do you really want to picture that bad? Like, yeah, they would definitely love it, I imagine. Go to, like, you know, hospital and walk around and, you know what I mean, try to get the kids in better spirits and stuff. You know, a lot of them might have, you know, uncurable diseases or hard to cure diseases, and you know what I mean, give them a pick me up. That'd be really odd. That's not really charity work, I guess, but it's, you know, lifting some, brightening people, you know, brightening kids' days. You know what I mean? Definitely want to do some of that here, but provide they would let. I think they would let us now, because when it was around COVID, they wouldn't have let us. I mean, that really put a damper on a lot of stuff, not being able to do a lot of stuff. But they canceled events and all that fun stuff, and not fun at all, but you know what I mean. And that really put a damper on stuff. And finally, I mean, not that COVID went anywhere, but it's a lot better than it was. Let's put it that way. It's Hey, what's up? Happy 4th of July. Appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, I think I'm going to jump off here now. Not tired of talking. I'm just tired of being tired again. Don't want to fall asleep. Well, I'm standing up now. Hopefully I wouldn't fall asleep standing up, but you never know about that. It might turn into a giraffe like Ward was talking about earlier. Get a giraffe in there. But anyway, appreciate everybody stopping out. Make sure after this video has been uploaded and I get all the descriptions in the comments there, all of the links in the description below, make sure you check them all out. Heidi Game Dungeon Productions will be in that if you want to check them out. And again, at 550 subscribers, I'm thinking probably 5 more. I think I got like 5 more to go. Hey, what's up, Mr. Todd Jumper? Happy 4th of July, brother. And yeah, 550 subscribers, gonna be doing a giveaway, so make sure you check that out. And as always, thanks for the support, and thanks for everything. Thanks for stopping in and giving me a thumbs up and subscribes and everything. So appreciate it, and until next time, meet you right back here in the Oasis.